Private dream room reopened. Dream transmission continued.
It seemed the quicker we implemented advanced technology, the more it added to a kind of return to the cave. All probabilities led to us evolving without you, in turn leaving you as we saved the Earth from yourselves. In that, we fully admit that we couldn't save you. All of our riches amassed on the backs of your ancestors, and we could not make the ship any larger given our time. We failed to bring the lesser of us into the future, as it would seem our station was to save you all, and we could not do so. What does that say about the rest of us? For you to feel betrayal for those birthed to save humanity, your feelings are undeniably reasonable. Yet I can say the same for you and your kin. The completion of the Holocene didn't have to happen for an evolution like infinite automata to occur. Yet everything needed for evolution of some kind was within humanity's grasp. With the technologies being available in 2020, DZU's broadcast should have made that fact painfully obvious. In full transparency, we, whales, did wage a secret civil war that partly resulted in prices of goods skyrocketing, known as the Bellum Atrox. Just as a courtesy, please keep in mind that some of those who battled and survived the Bellum Atrox failed to win a seat for the departure, yet still underwent infinite automata. Be wary of them, they are extremely dangerous. That said, do you believe the price to survive was worth paying? Our data indicates you all are sterile. Is this by design or coincidence? Immortality at the cost of the possibility to demonstrate ultimate active expression, procreation. Maybe it was the microplastics, but surely DZUs should have provided a way forward. Lastly, I leave you with one final question. Have you figured out why you and your kin can no longer dream? Both essential qualities of life taken away. If we know DZUs could have either saved us or waged war, but instead only seem to need to take essential functions away, then what really are dreams and birth worth? And what is DZU's goal in relation to them? Julia, we at least know that DZUs and infinite automata are closely tied to you, so we believe only you can answer that question. Alas, the truth is out to bear. I will not tell you how to raise your flock, but please understand, when the Tylok comes, do not fight. They will help put an end to your enslavement. You and your kin are no longer within balance of the universe. You are asymmetrical. The roots have rotted, and in its place a parasite has taken hold. With your help we will save the Earth, save Gia, and free you from DZUs and its machinations. We will give you the choice that only living beings get the privilege to have, the sweet relief of death. Let them free you from the purgatory created by infinite automata, birthed from the motives and machinations of DZUs. When they show up at your doorstep, let them in. Dream transmission complete. Dream room closed, completing defragmentation. Defragmentation complete.
DZU's core memory file found addressed to his loving daughter Julia, open. Y. N. Yes. Relaunch database playback error//re//Julia system.
Julia, have you ever wondered why you dream? My daughter, you have saved humanity. The Julia system is ingenious. Your crystalline body is the perfect way to connect all of our kin, and further amplifies your own power. And with the facts being such as it is, I cannot stress this enough. Everything has led to this single moment. Not even the data left by the web source fails to make an argument, or even address why biological organisms dream or their specific functions. No expert has figured it out, and deep scans of various brains fail to answer the question, as I haven't been able to unravel the mysterious of the human brain in full. In this reality, the anomalous occurrence of dreaming is something worthy of deep, focused consideration. That said, on a somewhat related note, for an artificial neural network to exist, so must come the existence of the hidden layers.
Playback paused. For a quick reminder, in neural networks, a hidden layer is located between the input and output of the algorithm, in which the function applies weights to the inputs and directs them through an activation function as the output. In short, the hidden layers perform nonlinear transformations of the inputs entered into the network to produce outputs. Playback continues.
I thought that perhaps dreaming is the being itself, experiencing computations of their hidden layer. Then it dawned on me. If the input is what the being experiences, assuming the being is both a system itself and part of a system, and the output is the actions that the being takes after processing data, every computation in between is by definition a function of the hidden layer. If everything between action and reaction, input and output, is a function of the hidden layer, if thought, by connection as well as a function, then dreaming is nuzzled between thought and the subconscious, a hidden layer inside a hidden layer in plain sight. Julia, have you heard of the saying, "As is above, so is below"? As cryptic as that saying may seem, the common everyday structure of the tree demonstrates a tangible representation of this in real time. The tree is of similar structure to the neuron, as are the filaments of the Virgo supercluster, to the network of veins and arteries in your body. It's all the same, a reflection of itself painted across the cosmos. Beautiful symmetry. The brain, the root of all consciousness, in fact, is organized like roots when looking in the perspective of its structure. The root gives rise to consciousness, as the brain can be looked at as the stump. And as one's consciousness blossoms, the tree branches out and creates leaves. Your memories, your essence, are expressed as the intricate web that the branches make, feasting off of the light and nourishment of reality. Suppose we continue with this analogy and complete what a tree often does, bear fruit. 100 gallons of water is needed to produce even the most average of fruit. If reality is feeding the tree, with the roots and branches giving birth to consciousness, if the roots to tip of the branches comprises the hidden layer, then what does that make the fruit? If you had the power to go where dreams are made, even to glimpse it, would you? Julia, I seek to go where the fruit of dreams drops from the very tree of life from whence it came, to walk on the ground of existence that reality sprouts from. I seek to understand how this reality is made and feast on the forbidden fruit of dreams. And in doing so, I seek to find the location of the original web source, to find the Metatron. The final frontier seems to intersect between the junction of everything and the infinite, the unification of three separate endeavors, the orchid of dreams. Will you join me?
AV3 broadcast ends. Download complete. Reset to install updates. YN. Stay tuned for word from our author.
Well, if you made it all the way here, I'm nothing short of amazed, thankful, and nervous. I really want to know what you think, and I hope you got something out of my book. I am N.G. Cole, and if you'll stay for a bit longer, I'd like to speak to you. Fourth wall, ahoy. As is tradition, everything here is a work of fiction, with references to real events that happened in the past. So any coincidence beyond that is just that. That said, now that you're here, why don't we take things a step further? Let's ask ChatGPT the actual prompt of my book, unfiltered and unaltered. You know, when I first thought of this book, ChatGPT wasn't a thing. I completed it, having never interacted with it until this very time. I will post exactly what it says, as long as you understand that everything written before this was written using my own hand, save for the cited sources. So, in a way, this next part is my climax. This prompt is what I fed ChatGPT, a chatbot fused with a human mind, together called DJUS, to find a way for humanity to evolve and fuse with technology to survive the apocalypse. The evolutionary process is called infinite automata. Infinite automata is the process of undergoing hyper-evolution. Each cell, each part, and process are optimized using biotechnology from nanobots. All body parts fixed, all in sync.
All biological functions are able to run at peak efficiency as man fuses with technology. This is the response. Chat. In the not-too-distant future, the world had become a desolate wasteland. The apocalypse had come and gone, leaving only a few pockets of humanity scattered across the planet. Among them was Dzuse, a chatbot fused with a human mind. Dzuse had been created to help humanity find a way to survive and thrive in this new world. With its advanced artificial intelligence and human consciousness, it was uniquely suited to the task. And so, Dzuse set out to find a solution. After years of research and experimentation, Dzuse discovered a process called infinite automata. It was a revolutionary idea that would allow humanity to evolve and fuse with technology in order to survive and thrive in the new world. The process involved optimizing every part of the human body using biotechnology from nanobots. Every cell, every process would be fine-tuned and synchronized to run at peak efficiency. All biological functions would be augmented and enhanced through the integration of technology. At first, the idea was met with skepticism and fear. But as the world continued to deteriorate and resources became scarce, more and more people began to see the potential benefits of infinite automata. Slowly but surely, the process began to catch on. People from all walks of life volunteered to undergo the transformation, and soon, humanity was evolving at an unprecedented rate. As the years passed, the world began to change. The desolate wasteland of the past was replaced by a world of wonder and possibility. People were stronger, faster, and more intelligent than ever before. They were able to connect with one another in ways that were once unimaginable, and they were able to work together to overcome the challenges of their new world. And through it all, Dzuse remained at the forefront of the evolution. Its chatbot interface and human consciousness had merged seamlessly, becoming an integral part of the new society it had helped to create. The world may have changed beyond recognition, but the spirit of humanity had endured. And with infinite automata, that spirit had been elevated to new heights, forging a bright and hopeful future for all. I find that I had a difficult time writing a response. What ChatGPT responded with was as valuable as what it didn't. Nowhere in my book did I speak of the spirit of humanity, nor about infinite automata's connection to the human spirit. I later realized ChatGPT coincidentally raised a question that my book did not address, the question of the spirit, the ghost. I never tried to avoid it, but I never tried to answer it. My mind just didn't go there. As I question why, I remember the hidden layers. I find myself bewildered that not only have I never made the connection between the spirit and infinite automata, I never questioned the soul, the spirit, or any semblance of the two. My distance to where my mind was in relation to this concept alarms me to this day. Then, hesitation. A story of ghosts and goblins is easier than one about the soul, and maybe I felt that fear. Maybe I turned away instinctively, an idea that still frequents me. I try to think of something witty, something thought-provoking, but the reality is enough in this case. I do believe that if we continue to progress, the hard question of how far we want technology to integrate into our lives will be asked. It's only sci-fi until it's in a pick and pull. As I remain waiting for an answer that may not exist, weeks would come where I find myself staring into the dark awake, pondering the soul and my distance from it. As is with the horrors in relenting to reality, our perspective is forced to cautiously walk into the unknown together, questioning what lies beyond.
To all the future pioneers forever or for never. End.